I was really surprised when Chicago Magazine had chosen me because I've lived in Chicago 4 years and been single for 4 years here. And I've met so many impressive and attractive singles that it was really hard to imagine that they wanted to profile me. But I'm really flattered by it, and I think this will be a good opportunity for me to meet someone special.
You know, it's kind of cool and kind of silly at the same time. For the most part, everybody took it with a grain of salt, is having a good time with it, me included.
It's kind of outrageous. And then to tell your family about, oh yeah, I've been nominated as the top 20 single in Chicago. My family's like, really? You're a loser. My brother especially is like, really? You're a big dork. How about that?
My friends actually don't know that I've been selected as a Chicago Magazine single, so I'm a little bit nervous that when the article comes out, they're going to continue to make fun of me and laugh at me. We've been getting a lot of press lately for the pants company, and I feel like they're just going to think it's some sort of crazy stunt to sell more clothes.
Okay, April O'Neil from the Ninja Turtles. I know she's a cartoon, but when you're like 6 years old, it doesn't matter. And she was really cool. And she was also a news reporter.
Thelma from Good Times. Forget about it. That's it. I mean, you know, she was incredible. And Lisa from Coke Jam. Lisa. I mean, I can go on like Vanity, Apollonia. I mean, the list goes on and on. So yeah.
Claire Danes. I really like Claire Danes from My So-Called Life. I was really into her for some reason. I don't know why.
Alyssa Milano. Who else? I had a lot of crushes. Oh, Olivia Newton-John. The last scene in Grease where she comes out in that like leather one piece, out of control.
I like to go places where I can learn something and I can share an experience with somebody. So it's not like, you know, getting a drink and stuff is fine or anything, but if I can go learn something, it's great. So I've been on a few like architecture tours. I'm a big architecture fan. So whenever I can go on something that's architecturally related, that's really a kind of a great date for me.
It might involve just really great conversation where there's just a great flow and nothing gets tripped up, no one gets offended, no one has any issues, and it's just easy.
You know, like make a nice dinner, watch a movie. I know it sounds so cheesy, but that's absolutely my favorite thing. You know, even right now, you know, making dinner, sitting down for a movie, cuddling up on the couch, and then just both falling asleep.
I don't think the best date is an activity that you can plan. It really completely depends on the person that you're on the date with, and I've had cases where I went to a lot of effort to try to plan like a nice show and a fancy dinner and everything, and there was just no connection there, and it was boring and awkward for both of us. And I've had fantastic dates where we just had coffee and talked for hours. Of course, it always helped when she paid for the coffee.
I thought I was going to be an artist and I was going to go live in Paris. And then when I was 11, I thought, oh, I'm going to go and become a fashion designer. Then I thought, at 21, I hate fashion design. I'm bored with it, and now I'm going to be an interior designer.
Well, I think like probably a lot of young boys at the time, I wanted to be an astronaut for some reason. Maybe not everyone wanted to do that. All right.
When I was growing up, I was actually a hockey player, and I always thought that if I kept working hard enough and getting better, I'd actually be able to play for the Detroit Red Wings and never have to do a real job.
The opportunity to hear very personal stories and be a part of people's lives, which are often at a crossroads, either due to a medical accident or a family member being ill. It's really a privilege to get to know people in that context and have the opportunity to help them.
Just the freedom to create, being creative and being able to tell a story and just being able to just delve in and be able, you know, and you hopefully, I mean, you're not going to reach the whole audience, but if you reach a few of them, that's great, you know.
You know, as an athlete, you have so many people you can reach. I mean, you're put on a pedestal. And, you know, I want to be one of those guys that goes out and gives us a good name.
I think the people are just awesome. I think that the attitude, the mentality in the Midwest is, you know, it's something I was born into, but I think that it's, you know, I've visited so many different parts of the country that I can honestly make a great, you know, good comparison and feel comfortable about saying that I think Chicago is the greatest city on the planet.
I love most about Chicago its people. Its people stay working, and I think the commitment to one's community, to one's family, to the city itself. Chicagoans stay on the grind.
I like the weather, and I love the people, and I love the Bears and the Bulls and the Sox. I hate the Cubs.